Okay, everybody, here we go. Last 15-minute mission for today. Do your best. I realize that in the description it says this mission may take more than 15 minutes. I am actually urging you to disregard that. I know, not very good mentor here, but keep it to 15 minutes, and what you get done, you get done. Okay? That's the way that I'm looking at this. And the reason I'm saying it is because next week, a lot of these things are going to be covered in the 5-minute room rescues to help you develop systems for them, which I understand you don't know right now, but that's okay. Here we go, 15 minutes on the clock. Grab, starting now. Now, two ways to do this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the cobwebs in the entryway, okay? So you can either get a dusting rag, you can get a broom with a microfiber cloth attached to the end of it, or just on the end of it, or you can get your vacuum cleaner out, and then you don't have to worry about any cleanup except for putting the vacuum cleaner away. And get those cobwebs from the entryway. Don't forget about the entryway light. And if you have a light that is outdoors, you may want to take a look at that one as well. Okay? So take a couple minutes and get those cobwebs taken care of down there. Okay? Your entryway will thank you for that. Then we're going to look at the mail. Where is the mail sitting right now? Is it in the entryway? Is it in the dining room? Is it in the kitchen? I don't care where it is. Let's go address the mail real fast. If you have stacks of mail, like some of you do, we are just going to focus on today's mail, okay? That's all I want you looking at is today's mail. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to get rid of everything that is junk, and we're not going to bring it in. Okay? We are going to, or we're going to throw it out right now. Then we are going to look at the stuff that has actions that need it, and you're going to get rid of all of that. And you're going to put it in some place that you're going to take care of your actionable mail, something that you need to do. Now, there's other stuff that comes in that is just information where you can read it and then you can pitch it. Okay, that's going in a different spot. Like I said, we're going to revisit this a little bit more in depth because that goes along with my big three. We're going to be tackling next week in the 5-minute mission, in the 5-minute room rescue podcast. We're going to talk about the big three, which to me are mail and or paperwork, laundry, and dishes, because those are the three things that is the hardest for a lot of people to get a handle on. So we're going to go through that a little bit more in depth next week. So right now, let's get away all of that junk mail, get it out, and we're going to really go in depth next week about, or this week with, no, next week with what's going on. Then you're going to go and you're going to make sure that all those wonderful magazines are taken care of. Yes, I know some of you are saying magazines. I haven't gotten a magazine in years, but others of you are saying, oh my gosh, look at that stack of magazines. So if the magazines are in plastic still, set a day that you're going to have them read by, and if not, they got to go. Okay? Your old magazines are usually very welcomed to art teachers in school for doing projects, or just teachers in school. Check with your local schools, see if they would like some magazines for kids to cut out pictures and stuff like that before you just toss them. A quick phone call will do all of that. You're also then, while we're talking about school, you're going to take a look at those school papers. Now, I've already talked about in a 5-minute room rescue podcast, I believe it was last week, about how to handle your school papers. Number one, grandparents, aunts, uncles, wonderful places to get rid of the stuff that you want to share and don't want in your home. Um, the kids can pick a couple pieces that are their favorites and they can go up on a fridge or a display area or whatever, and then they can get swapped out each week. Um, or they can choose, is the stuff that's up there still more important to them than the stuff that they came home with, and go through with that. Um, Other papers, workbooks, stuff like that, if it's from the old school year, let's get rid of it. We don't need it anymore. They're about to start a new school year, okay? They're going to get plenty of papers and workbooks and stuff like that. And I know some of us, every single summer, we have high expectations and high hopes that we're going to get our kids to sit down and do all this schoolwork so their brains don't melt over the summer. And one thing happens to another, and the pool happens, and events happen, and camping happens, and this happens, and that happens, and that's okay. Best of intentions. Next year, when your routines are more intact, you'll be able to do this. Because the key with that stuff is not to even give them more than the weekend off of doing it. You need to keep it going right away. Because once that summer fever hits, getting them to get back on the wagon and back on the horse is so hard. And I know I sound a little mean when I say that because kids enjoy summer. Okay, you're not sitting there making them do 8 hours of schoolwork. You're wanting a couple workbook pages, maybe some flashcards, maybe some spelling words, whatever, done, which if the kid sits down and focuses, they can get that done in the time that it takes you to do your 15-minute mission. So we're looking at any paperwork that is cluttering up the dining room table, the entry room, anything like that, and we are addressing it now. Okay? You're looking at mail. You've gotten rid of the junk mail, and now we've got other mail. I will help you with systems with that next week. So guess what you want to do with it. Think about what you want to do with it. Come up with some systems and comment below as to what systems you use. Because I have no problem adding other systems in and giving people multiple ideas to either try or merge with another idea. That's the one thing that I love about this and trying to make everything your own is that you can merge other ideas with your own and come up with a whole brand new idea, brand new system, and it works. And then after 4 weeks, it doesn't work anymore. And then you come up with a new system, and because it's growing and needs change, and what's happening changes, and football season starts and basketball season starts and all these other things start, and pretty soon the time that you were doing some of those things has vanished. So that is why we change our systems, because guaranteed they're not going to always work every single time. I mean, I have changed the format of my daily flight plan in the last 2 years. I am going to say, and I'm probably going to be on the low side here, I'm going to say that I've changed that format about 8 times. And what I need to check off and what I don't. Because when school starts, schoolwork gets added into that since we homeschool. But the way that I check off schoolwork has evolved and stuff like that over this last school year. And now I'm thinking we got a pretty good handle on it, although it all depends upon what gets thrown at him this year. So, I take a look at that, and I understand that my systems need to evolve. They need to change. And by understanding that and accepting that, I am not so hesitant to change them. I know a lot of people that are very rooted in one particular system and they can't figure out why it's not working. Well, that's because your needs have changed and that system no longer qualifies. So therefore, we need to change the system to meet the needs of the time. And since needs of the time change, therefore systems need to change. And how we address it. How you address mail during the summer may be very different as to how you address mail during the school year. How you do your morning routine during the summer may be very different than how you do it during the winter. And I'm talking about people with kids and without. Because in the winter, you have to factor in warming up your car, extra layers of clothes, maybe different pairs of shoes, stuff like that, to where you're laying out more stuff for your launch pad. You're having to adjust for more time in the morning to be able to get somewhere in case there was a snowstorm and you got to brush off your car and all that wonderful stuff. Routines change because needs change. Systems change because needs change because routines change. It is a vicious cycle, but that's okay. That is why I'm here. And if you ever have any questions, please put them in the comments below and I will be more than happy to address them. That is why I'm here. That is why I do what I do. I have had a couple people ask me about the controlled journal. FlyLady does have one on her website, www.flylady.net. The one that I have created, which is the exact same thing as FlyLady's, only it includes a daily calendar and a monthly calendar, and it is not notebook size. It is half of that. I do not have a website yet where I sell them. However, if you contact me at Renee, RENEE .Stolowski, STOLOWSKI, at FlyLadyPremium.com, I can figure out something for you. And also don't forget to check out my channel. Yep, don't forget to check out Gisec's channel, Gisec Del Rios. He does lots of little weather things. He's only got 3 videos up there right now, but he is working on it.
I have some more. Like a lot more.
Yeah, we will get a lot more up.
Yeah. Only that's raining here soon.
Because he is going to be my little weatherman. So, like I said, we have gone through, we've got about 3 minutes left. This is the time when I really want you to start thinking about putting the stuff away. So that way we're completing the mission. If you use a microfiber cloth for the cobwebs, get it in the wash, or get it in the soak bin, or get it, hanging up. Like I said, we're going to deal with laundry next week as part of the big 3. You're going to want to put any cleaning supplies that you use, put them away. Vacuum cleaner, if you used it, make sure you empty it and then put it away. All the papers, if you haven't figured out a system for them yet, maybe they just need to be in nicer, neat stacks, or cut open a cereal box or another box and lay them in there for right now, and next week we will tackle that as well. So really go through and finish this mission by picking up and putting the stuff away, because if we keep leaving cleaning products out or leaving the papers lying around because we just don't know what to deal with them, we're creating more work for ourselves in the end. This way, in this 15-minute mission, not only have you tackled cleaning it, doing the detail clean that we're talking about here, but then you have finished the mission by putting things away. And I have said this before, the biggest problem that most of us, not all of us, most of us, encounter in this can be solved by doing one simple thing. When you're done with it, put it away where it belongs, in its home. And even with things that we have left out, if we then go to them because they're an unfinished project, and we go to them, and when we get done with them, maybe nail polish is a pain in the butt for me to get put away and everything else like that, so I'll use nail polish. Maybe the nail polish has been sitting out for 3 months. Okay, not opened, obviously, still closed. Because you were going to do your nails and you just never did. Well, guess what? You're going to sit down and you finally do your nails. Now, instead of leaving all that stuff out, now we're going to go put it away. Or if we know we're going to do our nails in more than 3 days away, go put that nail stuff away right now. If you are going to take longer than 3 days to address something, it needs to get put away. Write yourself a note about it if you've got a problem with out of sight, out of mind. Don't forget, Jacek usually tells me every single night, Mom, tomorrow remind me to. When I get done with him in his room, I come out, I go to my notebook, and I write it down. Because I write things down, that way I don't have to remember them. So we have really covered a lot of things in this 15-minute mission today. And I'm very proud of you guys for everything that you're doing. Timer's up. Everything should be put away by now or finishing up putting things away. And now I want you to go and set your timer. And they're everywhere. Microwave, oven, stove, phone, alarm clock, heck, some TVs, Alexa, whatever. Have them set a 15-minute mission and take care of it. So I will talk to you later. Go and relax for 15 minutes. I'm very proud of you. Have a wonderful weekend.